to a new week. How was your week? Let me know in the comments. Speaking of last week, I like to reflect on the previous week and see how the guidance that was provided for me to share with you, with me, all of us, because I use the guidance as well, to see how that showed up in our lives. And then the other half of the video, which by the way, this is a clip from a long video that I post on my YouTube channel, Healthy Girl Healing. And then I'm going to take the rest of the video to give you guys the guidance for this week. Okay, so last week we had a full moon in Aries, and that was all about us releasing the need to rush, definitely testing our patience. That was a big one, a big theme that came through for me. And if I look back on the fact that the first guidance was meditate, and that made sense because a lot of last week we had that Aries full moon, and then we had that Aries energy in the beginning of the week, but then the moon switched into Taurus, which is very opposite from Aries. So it was like we were having to let go of something in our life that we were kind of trying to force to happen quickly. Something we were trying to force, we were being impatient about, and maybe in some people's lives it was about like letting go of the need to like be independent and like just kind of like being your own way and not like accept help from others or not listen to feedback from others or anything like that. Maybe it was also like self-expression, like needing to really check ourselves with the way that we like express ourselves and not be as hot-headed or quick-tempered, or having tests around like how we relate to others and how we come off to others and how the things that we say affects others and just certain things like that. So but big on the patience game because meditation came up, and that was a call for us to ground that fiery energy that was like kind of releasing, we're letting go. We were needing to do things that kind of slowed us down and grounded us, and obviously meditation is the like central thing. And when I say meditation, I don't mean like all the time like you're sitting down and you're like, you know, you're just no, like it's literally like if you're in the middle of work and you were starting to get really frustrated and irritated or impatient, somebody's testing your patience, you pause and you take some time to breathe. You know, you take a pause. Or if you like to be intentional, you know, you maybe set a little 2-minute timer on your phone or a 1-minute timer and then challenge yourself, because the Aries energy, as an Aries for me, I like a challenge. So me setting a 1-minute timer when I'm just really, or me getting up, even like getting up and getting out of the space and like going outside if you can for like a beat, taking that pause. So the meditation was for us to also like learn to take the pauses that we need to ground ourselves back into reality when that fire energy like kind of takes over us, or any emotions or anger or frustration or whatever. So it was helping us to slow down and ground throughout the week. And yeah, that definitely aligned for me. So I have a little success story, something that I was manifesting, and it wasn't that big, but with my current situation here, I am currently in a transitional state, like I've been telling you guys, right? And I have needed to be very responsible with my finances and not be impulsive, which I can be because astrologically speaking, my moon is in Aries and my moon is located in the second house. So sometimes I can be kind of an impulsive spender. And right now I'm needing to like save up because I need to like get my own place, because right now I'm living with my cousins, because as we all probably went through some a crazy hectic summer with that Uranus and Gemini energy. So yeah, Uranus was transiting through my 4th house. I'm talking really astrology, but it was transiting my 4th house, and then also I had the South Node in my 7th house. So it was around that time where like there was a sudden move that I had to make out of my place where I lived with my ex, which we were together for a long time, 12 years, and that was like very like long overdue, because another thing that happened to a lot of people, they were like something was long overdue this for this summer, and this summer was like okay, your time is up. It was like that energy. So anyways, the point is I had to abruptly move out of our shared place at the time. Yeah, so I thankfully had my cousins who live, here. And yeah, I was like, okay, I gotta leave. Like, I broke the lease. Like, I'm not even, like, it was like that type of thing. And actually, literally that same month, my job that I was with, like, ended. And not in a bad way. It was just needed. It was just needed. It was a peaceful close, but yeah, like, I don't want to give the person's information or business, but just know it wasn't anything bad. It was just like timing wise, it just needed to happen, and I supported it. But it was just like the worst timing of after like ending that, like having to leave and feeling like, okay, I just need a little bit of time just to get myself together and like move out. But then that job ended, and I was like, oh shoot, okay, like, God, what are you doing here? And it's just funny because before that I was really manifesting or putting it out there, praying for like freedom in my life to kind of be able to fulfill my purpose, which was to be a space holder to help connect community and help people like that were like shine a light on people, get people out there and have the connections and friendships and just be an aligned community to help them fulfill their desires and their dreams and so many things like that, and using astrology to help people kind of understand themselves and navigate through their life, all that. So yeah, the process got expedited. So all the distractions in my life were that were like not aligned with me, or all the things that weren't aligned with me that I was holding on dearly, was holding on so tightly. God was like, they gotta go. If you really want this thing that you've been really asking for, you need to let those things go. They can't come with you to this new life that you're trying to create for, like, open up for yourself, that aligned, like the higher, like, what do you call it? The best version of myself, like, or like, I'm blanking out on the word. I can't think of the word, but, my highest self. Yes. They weren't in alignment with my like highest self. Yeah, it was obviously hard and jarring, but I'm so grateful. I literally can't even complain about anything because I was grateful to have the support of my family. So being able to stay here and like all that. All right. So obviously I'm really grateful and I'm really happy that I'm here. But in the meantime, like, I was blessed to be able to like get another job, which by the way came through me meditating. So there's just so many stories of like, this is why I tell you guys that sitting in silence, having time with yourself, and like, it's a process, it's a journey. I'm going to talk more about it, but because it's not as simple as that, obviously, if you're not used to doing it, and there's so much, but like being in tune and connected with yourself and like yeah, just in tune, being able to like hear the guidance and all that. So anyways, I was able to get a job within less than like a week or two after that because of me like sitting and getting the guidance. But yeah, so with the job, so anyways, the point is I've been here and I've been like really like focusing on obviously like saving. Obviously I had to heal myself and go through a lot of things. I'm sharing this story for a reason, to tell you guys that although, like I said, I'm grateful, I'm like really like, the Aries and Moon in me is like, you gotta get out. Like, you gotta hurry up so you can move out. Like, you gotta, not that there's anybody putting pressure on me. I'm grateful because my family, there's no pressure. But I just feel like this rush that I have. And also I think I'm just used to, because with in my like past relationship, it was there was this pressure. There was pressure on like, let me just say that. So I brought in, not realizing the pressure to that pressure energy of like, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do like this discomfort, and not being able to just like breathe, and like, and not knowing what it felt like to be in a safe like space that I didn't have to like, I didn't have this like pressure over me anymore. I didn't have to like have that. You know, I could heal, and I could like get myself together, and like, you know, and let everything unfold in the timing that it needed to, without feeling like I have to rush, I have to do that. So I've had to like, that was a part of my like shedding. But the point is, I really, really, really wanted to be a part of this challenge that one of my favorite entrepreneurs, Gary V, my favorite entrepreneur, Gary Vaynerchuk, is a part of, called the Stand Challenge. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more. Stand is pretty much just like a place for content creators, for business entrepreneurs, all of that, all of the above. If you have a business, if you have a digital product, if you have something that you're selling or whatever, a business, you should be using the Stand app, because that's pretty much a place where you can pretty much link all your stuff and easily kind of like sell it and promote it and blah 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 blah. So anyways, he's hosting this challenge that where you get like a call with him every week, and we're on like a webinar, and it's just this thing that I wanted. But I have been, like I said, having to really be like very disciplined financially, and also just getting used. Well, yeah. So, but anyways, I was just like praying for extra that was going to be able to cover this opportunity and not let me feel the effects of it. Let's just say that. Like, it's just kind of like, you know, and that was and that happened. So I was just like really, really, really excited and really happy. And that was literally, actually, the first day was on the day of the full moon. So it was just like aligned. That actually worked out for me, because it was the start to me like opening up to receive help and not feel like I have to do this on my own. So being a part of a team that helped me to kind of like, anyways, I feel like I'm talking a lot, but let's just say that was the start in my POV. And then that whole week I ended up putting out a video where I was literally asking for help, you know, asking for a team. So I was just like, that was the beginning of me letting go of that like independence girly era, like that I could do it myself and da-da-da. And I realized throughout the week that, I just realized it was like me just letting that go. Like, no, I can't do it on my own. I don't want to do it on my own. I'm not, like, I do need help, and I'm asking for help, and I'm putting it out there. So that was like the biggest theme for me. And then I think the other guidance, I forget what the other guidance was, but I think it's smart to, like, I could be here all day, and I don't want to really like go through everything for the readings all the time. Like, I just want to give you guys a little bit of the stories. Like, let me see. Like, obviously, big on the trust. Yeah, like, getting reconnected with yourself. Knowing that everything's going to be okay. That was a big one, too. Because everything, like, on my end, like, definitely felt the... I want to say, I'm sure a lot of people have been having to... obviously get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and the discomfort is like being in this space, going through a transition where something ended in your life, or you're in this like state of like, okay, what happened, and I am accepting that it was meant for me, but I'm also like not receiving, or not feeling like I'm receiving the benefits yet from it, of this like surrendering, of me just like, you know, healing past it, or trying to show up every day and blah blah blah, and trust, and you know, have trust and have faith, and all of that, and not giving up. But I hope I have not been out of focus this whole time. But yeah, it's this big thing of like a lot of people who have like let go, who had like major transformations happen in their life, and transitions periods, and feeling the discomfort of that, and pretty much asking like, when the fuck is this gonna end, and I'm gonna get, and I don't mean it like, I'm not cursing at, I'm just saying like internally you may feel like, when am I gonna get the rewards from me just surrendering, or when am I gonna like see all the good things that comes in now that I have just like let go and trusted and continued. And in my belief, I feel like last week was like the last bit of that, but also realizing that you can no longer try to be like this like independent person of like not feeling comfortable with like asking for help or putting yourself in spaces where you can get help or opening yourself up for help. And that is all about this Libra energy of like the balance, and needing to like be in spaces with people who actually like care, who are genuine, and who actually want to help, and like partnerships, like partnering and pairing with people that you feel like you could have like a harmonious like relationship with, in some sort of like it's like that. It's like bringing back that like bringing into balance of like the connection to those who are meant for you, or opening yourself up for that after a period of like feeling like you're just like you can just do things yourself, perhaps on that end. Or it could have been like, you know, the self-expression or anything like that. So anyways, but at the end of it, I feel I'm feeling really, really, really great. But I just feel like the big word that I want to share to everybody is breakthrough. And for those who probably feel it, like this is like, in my opinion, the start to a breakthrough period happening. But just know, with anything, right as you're on the verge of a breakthrough, just imagine. And I was watching a video about this of like, you may start to feel the pressure even more coming up from like past stuff, and those are just like the test to it's just the test, and to not fall back into old patterns and old habits, to just push through that final bit to reach the breakthrough moment, the final bit of discomfort, and not let any of those like dark energies of like that low vibrational like trying to weed you back into like your old life, your old self. No, we are not letting go of that. I mean, we're letting go of that. We are letting go of that. I was gonna say we're not, like, and I had like a big like cry, and anyways, we're not gonna talk about that, okay? But I mean, I was gonna talk about it today, but I need to wait for today to talk to you guys about today, because this is a different week, another week. Okay, anyways, all right, let's just talk about the guidance. I'm gonna assume me sharing my whole life story was meant for you guys to hear at this moment. So there you go. This is your guidance and action steps that you need to take for this week. Remember, if you would like to see how I explained how last week's guidance affected me in my personal life and hear my stories, then watch the full video on my YouTube channel. Alright, so for this week, we're starting off the week with taking care of ourselves. We're starting off the week with like getting back to the basics of what are the things that we need to do to nurture ourselves. Imagine we are our own mothers, our own like caregivers. Have you been drinking enough water? Have you been eating enough? Have you been eating nutritious and healthy meals, food for yourself? When's the last time have you had a home cooked meal? Maybe you should do that for yourself, or for whatever, cook, you know, to bring that health in there. Have you been taking care of your body? Have you been getting enough exercise? Have you been having, getting your 30 minutes of movement in every day? Have you been getting enough rest? And meaning going to sleep at a good, reasonable time. Have you been taking care of you? So I want you to start off this week with definitely making sure that you tend to your physical needs, your body, and doing some self-care for yourself will be really, really good. This looks like it's a time to get out of hermit mode. Maybe we've been like isolating. Yeah, this is time to get out of isolation. All right, which actually aligns very well because Pluto is now out of retrograde in Aquarius. So, oh yes, let's get this movement going. Let's get the Aquarius energy. Okay, sorry. I'm excited as an Aquarius. Anyways, the point is, this is going to be the start of getting out of like, isolation period, which makes sense because the moon is going to be in Leo. The next thing is to not take, don't take things personally, okay? If something aggravated you, if something that somebody said, if something that somebody did, like hurt your feelings, or like just don't take, like, even if you like put yourself out there and you didn't get what you thought you were going to get from that, or anything like that, just don't take things personally. That's the message for you, okay? And how do you do that? Well, you literally just say, that person or that thing didn't work out or didn't happen, or that person was mean or like acting some type of way because they have their own things going. That has everything, like they're going through something, and unfortunately they it has nothing to do with me. Like they only reacted that way because they are going through something internally. It has nothing to do with me. So I don't need to like engage myself or try to like be dramatic, like to start something about it, or like feel offended, or let it affect me in an ego way. Like, don't let anything like get you into that ego space. And if you could just know that to don't take anything personally that may have like caused a little bit of feeling in you, for you to feel like, oh, I should have, or like we're not, just let that go, let it go. Just let it go and don't take it personal, okay? Also, this looks cute for us. This is a good time to like, I see collaborations happening. I'm really excited, or just partnerships. I see more harmonious energy. Thank you, Libra energy. Also, Venus is in Libra, so this is definitely going to be a good time to like repair any relationship. I'm not going to say that. Don't get your hopes up for people that's not in relationships that they shouldn't be in. I say it with love. It's okay. We've all been there. Okay, so there, like, anyways, but the point is, this will be a good time. This will be a time that brings sweetness into friendships, partnerships, relationships, all of those ships, okay? Any one-on-one pairing is good because there's a sweetness into that. So definitely lean into being around other people. And that's why that makes sense of like having to get out of your own like state of isolation. This is a really good time to like be in spaces with people, because it'll really be good. Okay, it'll be good. Also learn. Okay, we are learning. We are getting like we are. What is something that you want to do, or something that you can think of that you probably need to like. It would be good to like go to your local library or buy a book on it so you can learn more about it, or take that course that you need, or take that course that maybe you've been thinking about, but you need to take some time to just study more or learn more about whatever it is that you are trying to do or understand more, or anything like that. So just know, don't try to be like, don't act like you know everything about it. Do some extra studies, do some extra, gather the resources needed to like learn. Okay, this is a good time. This is a good period for you to learn about something, learn more or deeper into something. Like I said, books, courses, teachers, whatever, something around those lines. Okay. And then also, okay, so I got this guidance last week, and I don't know if you guys heard it or not loudly enough, but you need to put yourself out there. You're not putting yourself out there enough. You need to get into your sun energy. Okay? I'm gonna need you to, like, put yourself out there. I challenge you every day to do something that puts yourself out there, okay? I'm gonna need you to do that. Because I'm tired of getting this guidance that there's a... You're hiding behind... Rip that curtain away from you that you're hiding behind. Stop. Open the curtains and say, I am here. Okay? Listen to Diana Ross, this song that's been on my mind of, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Get to let it show. I'm gonna need you to get into that. Listen to that song and imagine yourself and embody that Diana Ross, I'm coming out energy. This is your I'm coming out of hiding. You've been doing all of that, okay? I'm gonna need you to get out there so you can relate, get to those people that you need to get to. Get into those spaces that you need to get into, okay? And I swear, this would be a great opportunity to market my stuff. It's just aligning. Hey, I'm an Aquarius energy. Pluto's in Aquarius. Aquarius wants you to gather in communities and groups and all this stuff like that with the Libra energy and the Gemini. Hey, it's just aligning here, okay? And I just so happen to, like I said, to be right on it because I'm in that. I have that energy, and this would be a really good time to go to my Libra season. My Libra celebration circle. I'm hosting it in person. It's going to be in Marietta, Georgia. So if you're in that area, then you definitely should come out. We're mixing community astrology trivia games, group sharing, just a big social event, I like to call it. Social events to connect like-minded people and for them to play like fun games and win prizes and mix astrology and spiritual wellness and like community sharing and have you leave with a new connection, with a new number. Get some digits for a friend or for something else. I ain't mad at you. Okay. So yeah, I'm just creating the space and saying like God, place the people who are wanting and ready to find their people here. I'm creating the space, okay? And I'm doing it virtually and in person. So if you want to learn more about that, go in the description box below. It's going to be this Saturday and Sunday. Saturdays in person, Sundays virtual. All right, so yeah, and then we are getting into our like creative energy. This is big, like I receive. I need you to just be like, I am open to receiving, okay? And I need you to like, just get into that energy. Once again, I'm getting like just being in nature and like sitting and I'm just getting like, getting into your creative energy, okay, and just being open and even saying it of like I receive, I'm open to receiving, and drawing or doing art out in nature. I just keep getting that, so you probably needing to do that, and actually I'm probably needing to do that too. I did it a little bit last week, but I would definitely want to do it more, and I'm getting like just being out in nature more so, especially for the people, because it is starting to like it's the fall and then we have the winter time, at least for people who have seasons in your areas, and you just want to enjoy the last bit of it, so yeah, and that will help with the creative energy. Just get into your I receive energy. Also listen to your intuition. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition and let that guide you. There's something that maybe you have been like in that Libra energy of like I don't know. Let's stop playing, and I literally, a good thing for you to kind of say, or the best way to test this is to ask yourself the question that you are indecisive about, or like not like letting your mind kind of like play, like, have you overthinking, is to say it out loud, ask the question, and the first thing that comes up, the yes or no, is it. You will know it. You will feel it. So listen to it. Trust. This is me telling you. Listen to your intuition. What is it telling you? What is this telling you? Not this. What is this? What is your body telling you? What does it feel like when you... How does your body feel when you decide to like lean into it? Or when you don't? Maybe you don't need to do something and you wanted to do. I don't know. But it feels like a yes. But also I don't want it to be... Only if it's a yes, if it's aligned. If you're teetering on the line of yes and you know and you feel like it's aligned, let me tell you, it needs to be aligned and your greatest good. Would your higher self say yes? Then do it. Okay. Also, so there is this like needing to stand up for yourself. I don't know who needs to hear that, but you need to stand up for yourself on something. And this kind of makes me think of the Libra energy of like wanting there is this Libra energy which we love. We need, oh my goodness, I'm so happy. But sometimes the Libra energy, we can like, that's where the quote unquote people pleasing for the wrong people, by the way, comes into play. Oh my gosh, it's getting so dark in here. But yeah, that's where that like people pleasing to the wrong people energy comes. And trying to please the people that we don't need to be pleasing, and causing us to not speak up because we're avoiding conflict of some sort, or we're afraid of what the person, whatever. Yeah, this is your call to speak up for what you need to speak up about, and not get like manipulated by other people or like hushed or whatever. So whoever needs to hear that, you should, this is your sign to speak up for yourself. And don't stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. All right. I like this week. This week feels really, really good. Now, all you have to do is lean into the energy and get out of hermit mode, please. Isolation period is done. Okay, sweeties, I'm gonna need you to soak up this Libra energy, soak up this Venus and Libra energy. All right, for the rest of this month, because Scorpio energy, that's gonna be quite a different one. Okay, so we better take this good energy. Not to say that Scorpio energy is not going to be good, but it's obviously Scorpio energy is always more intense.